What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Respect the Game podcast. My name is Edward, named after a trilogy, that being my pops. Shout out to my mother and my grandmother for helping raise me too. Please follow at EMAX Stats for all your up-to-date high school, collegiate, and pro sports coverage. I will not disappoint. Going to keep you up to date on everything going on in the sports world. We are in full strength. We got all our brethren in the building with us. And as I always say, what is a podcast without your woes?
This is the host with the most that blows the most smoke, Black Peace, the rap plug, the hip hop plug, you already know. Also, be sure to go check out Talkin Smoke. That's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you find your dope podcast. That's where you can find me at.
Hey man, it's Shine Hard, Izzo Charismatic, good excellence at its finest. Better known as Big Brother Iron Man when it comes to this betting stuff, man. That's Twitter, Instagram, Cash App, you name it, man. Latest and greatest with them bets coming soon. Let's go.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. Good evening to some of you. My name is Sedacious Xavier Miles, and on behalf of me and my brothers, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of the family. And take it away, bro.
Yes, man. Let's go ahead and get straight to it. Gonna dip our toe into our foreign affairs, man. Obviously, everything going on in the world. We have Russia invading Ukraine. Putin, he feels some type of way. He has his heart and his mind set on that the Ukraine is under, some form of Nazi or warlord soldiering, and that's why he's making claim and stake to go into the Ukraine to try to defend the citizens, and as he would put it, how did he say it exactly? I forgot. Relieve them of oppression and cleanse them of the Nazis and fascists. But yeah, that's what Putin got going on. You talk about why Russia is invading Ukraine, but one of the things that stood out to me in regards to this whole situation is you have a very revered boxer in the boxing world, Lomachenko. His home country is Russia, allied Ukraine, and I don't know exactly where he was when it happened, but obviously this is a famous boxer making money, doing whatever he do. Start what he was doing once Russia invaded Ukraine and went to go defend his country on the front lines, gun in hand, army fatigues on, ready for whatever. And I saw that and I was just like, dang, bro, like you have to like truly love your country to have that status that he has and stop everything you're doing at the drop of a dime and say, oh, my country is under attack, or it appears that my country is under attack. I'm just to go defend it. No holds barred. Like I'm dying like on my country soil defending it if I have to. And I thought to myself, I was just like, man, I truly appreciate the troops of America who work tirelessly, relentlessly, just defending this country on a day in, day out, yearly basis. I don't know all that goes into it, but I can only imagine, and I don't take it for granted that ever since 9/11, we haven't, as far I could be wrong, but I know foreign attack that I know of since 9/11 against the United States of America, and so I triple salute our American troops for defending our country. But when I seen what Lomachenko did, I was just like, yeah, I love America. I appreciate being here in America and like all the amenities and opportunities I have in my grasp. But I'm not trying to get on the gun line, boss, for America. I'm just not, man. So question is, like, do y'all feel indebted to America as Lomachenko did as it relates to defending America in war if you were selected or if you had the opportunity to do so?
Well, I have a love and hate relationship with America. I do love America because of the opportunities that it provides and us being a free country. But I hate America because of the historical, opportunistic oppression that is brought on my people. So also, I think about my kids. I weigh in my kids as well, and the fact that I'll always defend my home. So I'd have to say yeah, but it would be extremely high reluctancy because you know what I mean. This country hasn't always been good to my demographic. So you know, but yeah, I would have to say yeah. Hopefully, no war altogether. But you know, for my kids' future and defending my home, I just would have to go ahead and bite that bullet and you know just be my time.
To go out on the gun line?
To prepare to be able to be tactical and going up against you know whatever we will face.
Gotcha.
But it would have to, for me, it would have to come down to like certain freedoms are going to be taken away from America if we don't fight. You know, I'm not going to fight a war over oil or over power. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. But if it's about another country taking over America, then oh yeah, no, I'm going out dying.
I think in this particular case, I think the question is a bit two-sided because in Ukraine's defense, I don't believe they have the infrastructure in place of a first world country like America in regards to have the luxuries of one of the biggest armies in the world. Ukraine, out of quite literal necessity, they had to go in and draft, and it was mandated that people of a certain age bracket were you had to stay and fight for your home. So though the boxer valiantly came out and offered himself to his country to defend it to the death, I think in America, though I echo you guys' sentiments. I do love the amenities and opportunities that do get afforded to me on a daily basis, and the way I'm able to live is second to none. However, as my brother Javier did say, like the historical precedents of oppression that has plagued our people for so many centuries, right? It does come into the back of your mind, but I just think it's a great deal of personal pride that more so kind of comes about it with me. Like, if a country did get that bold to actually invade U.S. soil and literally turn the United States into a war zone, we haven't had that since Civil War, like Pearl Harbor. Even if you want to go back to that, like, I think people, the Americans, we are prideful, man. We will. All the bullets out the gun shops will be gone. All the texts, they already got all the switches on the back of their Glocks in Houston. So I know people gonna ante up accordingly. So in that breath, and in that breath, I'm with that because that's just the spirit that I possess anyway. On some other, but so to answer the question head on, no, but if the fight did come to U.S. soil and we were provoked, like back up against the wall, oh, ain't no question, we rocking that.
I totally agree with Sean Hart. I'm not down with the draft. I feel like I'm too valuable to my home. But if it comes to like invading, our soil, I'm down to do whatever it takes to defend, because that's for the same reason. I feel like I'm valuable to my family. So therefore, if they come to our soil, I feel like I would feel more obligated to defend the soil, So That's how I'm looking at it. I'm more of I'm a hometown homie. So you invade the hometown, then I gotta do what I gotta do. But I'm not trying to, go out somewhere where I feel like it's foreign and just put myself in a position like that. So keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, man. So transitioning over to the NBA, man. About 20 games around, so 20 or less games left in the NBA. Everybody is trying to make that push. We have the front runners trying to make that push for the MVP race. I feel like before the All-Star break, it felt like Steph had it by the chokehold, or maybe he just had his moment. But I think that's what encompasses the MVP race throughout the course of a season with great players. Everybody's going to have that pocket of a moment throughout the course of a season. And so right now, when you're talking about the MVP race, I think for most people, you would have Ja Morant, DeMar DeRozan, and Joel Embiid, guys who have, never won the MVP before, been at, I guess, such a high level to be so close to like claim it as their own. Again, Ja Morant, DeMar DeRozan, Joel Embiid, whoever, Darnell, who is your MVP out of those three? If you had to choose between those three today, I know we still have a season left, but Joel, DeMar, Ja, who do you have as your MVP?
I'm coming in hot.
I gotta go for the number 2 pick, Ja Morant for sure.
Dacius,
Joel.
Izzo.
I gotta go with Joel Embiid.
Oh man.
Got to, man.
Nah, man. I wouldn't be mad if DeMar got it, but y'all go on y'all case for Joel.
I mean, given if he stays healthy, which, 20 games, I think he takes it hands down right now because it's just him on his team. Yeah, he got a supporting cast, but since James Harden came, it's been just him. And now that we're not gonna get into that, I don't want to talk about that dynamic. But
no, I think that's a part of his narrative in terms of winning the MVP. I think you're talking about Ben Simmons, but I feel like that encompasses like why he should be considered for the MVP, having to deal with that drama of Ben Simmons and still being able to stay focused and lead guys who actually want to be there.
Right. It was like once this guy, I don't care what his status is as far as legal, litigation, but once he is not on my court anymore, let me show you who I can be. And that was this year, and he has done that, and he has consistently played at an elite level, and he's the only one. I feel like he's the only one that's dragging his team into success. I feel like DeMar DeRozan has a little bit of help, and Ja Morant, the Memphis Grizzlies just ain't there yet. They're just not at that level yet. So, and then Memphis Grizzlies in the West, the Bulls and the Sixers in the East. So, Joel, hands down.
Before y'all continue, so Memphis has the third best record overall in the league, and the Bulls and the 76ers are within like the top 7 best records in the league. Bulls are a second seed, and the Bulls are a second seed in the East, 2 games back from first, and right behind them are the 76ers in the East.
Well, what I have to say about, that in particular is, I mean, if you look at what Joel Embiid, the mountain he had to get over, and Ben Simmons, not being there, not to say that he was much of a, well, he was beneficial to winning when he was there, especially within the regular season, and he was a big causation for the seeding, especially last year. But if you look at the job he's done just from the start of the season up until this point, he's been a model of consistency and what the team has needed because, before James got there, I like Tobias Harris, but come on, it was a Joel Embiid show. He was the reason that they were, top 3 seed, especially, early on. And, with the addition of, JH, hey, man, like Harden said just a year and a half ago, man, hey, scary hours. You looking at another rendition of Kobe and Shaq. Not calling James Harden Kobe, and I'm not calling Joel Embiid Shaq, but when you had the most skilled big in the league with the most skilled 2 guard, man, history shows that, more times than not, they're going to win a championship. So it'll be interesting to see, man. But DeMar DeRozan has been phenomenal. I think John Morant has been spectacular as of late, but one could argue because of how high Memphis is seeded, that he should definitely be considered, in which he should be. And he just dropped a 50 ball last night. Shout out to the boy Ja. But Joel Embiid, man, what can you say about it? I just, it's been his show on both sides of the floor.
I feel it. What you got on Ja, Darnell?
This is his third year. Okay, this is his third year in the NBA. Being the low-seeded number 2 seed, the number 2 draft, man, this man is showing up, showing out, and no excuses. Low-budget team, and he's carrying them to the 3rd seed. Technically, eye to eye with the 2nd seed, which is the Golden State Warriors. His supporting cast is subpar, in my opinion, with Jaren Jackson, of course.
I like
and
Desmond
I give
Bane
you
and Jaren Jackson.
Trust me, I was about to get there. Desmond Bane, and it's a solid team, but he is definitely the anchor. And I feel like, I'll say it like this: I feel like Joel Embiid and James Harden can win a championship this year, hands down. DeMar DeRozan, they are also competing also, but DeMar DeRozan has help from Levine. I feel like DeMar is playing the best basketball he's played ever, but not quite in the sense of MVP status, because he has Levine there. He has Levine there to count on. At the end of the day, I feel like John Morant has nobody to count on. I'm sorry. There is no, you know what? I'm out. You take over. There is no you take over. I don't see Jaren Jackson taking over the game and winning at a significant moment. I can see Levine taking over. I can see and I can't see, and that's the beauty about that's where you leave at Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid are now head to head with John Morant. And in my opinion, man, if Joel gets it, then well deserved. But I just got to go with John Morant. There is no negatives with Joel Embiid, to be honest with you, but I just got to go with John Morant.
No,
He is a lot more exciting too.
Right, I mean,
True,
you got the wild factor that goes into the. You said Joel is more exciting.
No. I think Ja is more exciting.
Oh yeah, Ja. I agree with that. Yeah, and the wild factor does go into the MVP. It's kind of like with the Heisman, right, in college football. When it's kind of like neck and neck, you don't really know who you want to give it to. Like you waiting on like that one player to have like that highlight play game to be like, yeah, we're gonna go with that guy.
Well, you had to give it to Reggie Bush.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like who's gonna give us that da-na-na type of game. And so when you talk about that, right, Darnell, Joel leading the league in scoring, 29 points a game, 11 rebounds, walking double-double, 29 and 11. That's, you say, not to say one is better than Shaq, but those are Shaq-like, you know what I'm saying? Shaq-like numbers.
Bron is also averaging 29 points, but
Game evolved.
They losing though.
Yeah, for sure they losing. Again, the Sixers are 3rd in the East. And so out of those 3, DeMar, Joel, Ja, talk about having help with Zach LaVine. DeMar is the only one who has an all-star on his team from like this season thus far. Zach LaVine was the only all-star, him and DeMar, and then you only had Joel, then you only had Ja being named all-stars, and those 2 were starters, if I'm not mistaken, as well as DeMar. Ja, I think one of the dope things about his case for MVP is that, like, this is the 2nd youngest team in the NBA, and you talk about not having that support of being like, all right, I'm tired tonight, you take it over. Obviously, each player is the most valuable. Yes, he got Zach LaVine, but you got to remember for DeMar, Lonzo Ball been out, Caruso been out, and so DeMar has put the team on his back. NBA, talking about having those moments throughout the playoffs. I mean,
that's gameplay over talent. That's gameplay over talent. You're losing gameplay over talent. LaVine is talent. Those 2 are more gameplay rather than talent. They're great. They're talented, but you're looking for more than for the game plan. So that's what I was about to say with that. So kind of interjecting with that.
Yeah, and I mean, even if the game plan does go out the window because guys got hurt, I think that gives you more value as a player when the team has to be heavily reliant on your talent. DeMar DeRozan, NBA record, 8 straight games, 35 points or more on 50% shooting from the field. And in the course of, and that was in a winning effort. Like he did that for 8 games and they went on a 6-game win streak or something like that. Did I get there? Yeah, 6-game winning streak. So like DeMar has had his moment to show like, hey, Joel and Ja ain't the only one getting it done. You feel me? So yeah, man. And then Ja, right? He goes for 46 against the Spurs. He goes against 46 against DeMar DeRozan's Bulls and beat them in doing it. And when you think, oh, okay, that's cool, Ja, he sets a franchise record for Memphis of most points scored with a 52-piece chicken nugget. You know what I'm saying? So, more praise to Ja for that. Again, Joel Embiid doing his thing. And with Joel, I like what Joel is doing because the talk before Ben decided he didn't want to be there no more was like, which one of these guys can you win with? Who do you keep and who do you send away? Ben Simmons made that decision for him, and Joel's like, hey, this train gonna keep going. Like, we ain't Ben Simmons who? Like, yeah, Joel is playing where you're happy to see Ben Simmons go, and you could care less about him leaving. So yeah, man, the MVP race is definitely gonna come down to the wire. And I don't know if y'all seen this, but shoot, after Ja's 52-point game last night against the Spurs, hey, I stamped that boy. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Yeah, I seen him. He took a picture with the jersey hanging off the MVP.
Yeah, like, hey, I
sooner or
stamped
later.
that boy. So, like, you got that narrative being pushed in the voters' face. So, who knows, man? Who knows what it's going to come down to, man? But do y'all think, you talk about, like, okay, every player's had their flashes. As good as a duo as they are, do you think Harden now coming there could dim the light on Joel's MVP race just a little bit?
Man, Joel Embiid getting some of the easiest shots he done got in his career, per his own words, right? So you telling me a guy who was already going out to get 30 got an easier way to go get 30?
Right. That's exactly what's happening.
Literally, like, you can see it. I ain't never seen Joel Embiid. Honestly, these last 2 games, go put on tape of any Joel Embiid games. I've never seen him run the floor as hard as I've seen him run it these last 2 games, bro. Because he knows somebody will find him, and then he don't get double and triple team like he used to. He might still get a double, but you gonna get killed because he can pass out the double. Who you gonna leave? James, Tobias, Maxey, that curtains. I like that. But all that to say, Joel, man, Ja Morant has been absolutely spectacular as of late. But I'm looking for the long haul and the longevity of the consistency. So from that vantage point, I would still lean Joel, but Ja Morant is primed and in a position to take away votes from him, but not in a winning effort, I don't believe.
And just like you said, man, honestly, I feel like James Harden is an accolade-driven player. It's like he got MVP. He's competed for MVP like 4 years straight. He has scoring records. He's got it. All he wants now is a ring, and I feel like he knows Joel wants a ring as well as his MVP. So he's gonna just say, you know what, get your MVP, and I'll help you. And just cruise to the MVP. I just cruise to the finals on your back, and I'll make my threes when needed. Like that's the game plan. Give me my little ISO every here and there, bro. You take us there.
I don't know. Let's see what Harden do in the playoffs.
Oh no, that's the beauty. He's gonna not do nothing, and Joel can do what he does every playoffs. Less pressure.
Basketball back in the city of brotherly love.
Yeah,
they will show you what brotherly love really is.
Harden debuted with the 76ers against the Timberwolves, 27 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds, backdoors that on Sunday against the Knicks with 29 points, 16 assists, and 10 rebounds, put up a triple-double, averaging 28 points, 14 assists, and 9 rebounds in just 2 games. As Isaac would say, is this show here to stay?
Man, hey, this the real deal, y'all. Y'all looking at somebody who finally has the best running mate complimentary wise that he's ever had. I don't want to
That is the
disrespect
key
Kevin
word.
Durant. I don't want to disrespect Kevin Durant because player wise, and really a conversation can be made at this moment, but we won't dive into that. KD is obviously the better player, but complementary to James's game, he's never been with a dominant force down low like Joel Embiid, the most skilled big man in basketball. And you can see it. Their games are so seamless together with each other. It's almost like peanut butter and jelly,
Yeah. Like a match made in
Malcolm
heaven.
and X,
No,
shine and hard,
that word you use is the most pivotal complimentary, because you'll be like, oh, it didn't work with Westbrook. Oh, it didn't work with KD. And it's just like
shots.
Harden, for Harden, it seems like he could care less about, and even for KD too, it's like, I could care less about how great of a player you are. I want like the right relationship for me. Like I want a player that's like compatible with me, right? Or complementary for my game. And you hit the nail on the head. Joel Embiid is the perfect person for Harden because they not in each other way at all.
Right.
They're actually the perfect person for each other, brother.
Match made in heaven, yeah. Harden can still get his work and lob it up to Embiid to finish off the play versus it's KD doing his work. So let me just go sit in the corner over here.
Right. And we'll finish with like 11 or 12 assists along with 25 plus. And Joel Embiid will still be a walking 30. It's crazy.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah, that wraps up this week's episode of Respect the Game podcast. The playoffs are slowly getting here, and these games are even all the more beautiful. Sean Izzo, I don't know if like that's a local brand, but that's a hard hoodie you got.
Oh nah, man. This is fresh up out of Willowbrook Mall, my boy.
Okay.
Not a local brand. I don't want to get sued or anything because I'm not sponsored by these people, but
I thought
I
that
did
was
think it was. It's fly, no lie. It
and I
is
thought
fly,
that was
but,
one of the homies or something.
shout out to
Hoodie or
Offline
something.
Society.
It's hard.
Yeah, nah, give us some free merch offline. Give us some free merch, man.
Hey, man, I'm sporting y'all up.
And the Houston Texans. And Under Armour.
Nah, not Houston, Texas.
And the NHL.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying because we marketing right now. We are marketing something. Right now.
Yeah, I normally try to keep a Emacs Steak shirt or hoodie on, but yeah. But now, yeah, beautiful people. We don't take y'all for granted for listening to us, man. We are on Spotify. We are on YouTube. We are on Apple. Please, not only rate us, but also comment so we can get out there even more into the stratosphere of podcasts. Follow us all on Instagram. We also have a TikTok. We also got a Twitter. And so we are growing right before your eyes, day by day, step by step, episode by episode. Again, don't get tired of saying it because I'll never get tired of hearing it because I'll never get tired of saying it. We greatly appreciate y'all listening. See you beautiful people next week.